woke up in the world I wanted. Sunrise dancing with the morning. In your eyes, I swear I saw it. I woke up in the world I wanted.
My name's Morgan Bordeaux. I'm a junior at Lake Norman Charter High School, and I play lacrosse.
Morgan really got into developing her personality probably around 3 when she could talk and start relating things. She was constantly into something and chasing, never sitting still.
So the first sport I ever played was swimming. I got into swimming when I was like 6 years old, and I did it with friends. That's where I made a lot of friends. It's when I realized that I really love sports. My friend started lacrosse. She came down from New York and she told me about lacrosse, and I was like, oh, that sounds like a cool sport. So I started lacrosse and I fell in love with it. It's a lot of dedication to be able to learn those skills. So I like that it's a different sport. It's not regular. I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain, but I like how different it is.
Sports is a very good way to replicate life experiences, to push and to challenge yourself, and to see what your strengths and weaknesses are. Definitely is a good way to get some experience of what life's gonna bring.
Breathe. I met Morgan about 1.5 years ago. I actually met her before I started coaching. She's kind of the reason I ended up coaching for Lake Norman Charter. When I first started coaching, we were doing off-season workouts just in the weight room, some sprints outside, just kind of preparing for the season. She was at almost every single one of them, the dedication. I think the biggest thing about Morgan is that she's coachable. She's always wanting to be better. So being able and willing and wanting to learn is what I think makes her such a good lacrosse player. She's just a strong athlete, and so I think from just playing sports and working out growing up, it definitely, all of that translates and helps the full lacrosse game come together for her.
Watching a lacrosse game, watching Morgan play is extremely exciting. She's played for some really good teams and she's had a lot of great teammates. Probably the most exciting part is watching her race down the field and just fast break, basically straight to the goal. I mean, it's just exhilarating to see your child just be successful, basically anything she does.
She certainly came out onto the field with a love for the game and a love to learn. So there are 2 base types of lacrosse players, I would say. Some are gifted naturally and just super young age. You can tell they're going to be a good player. They've got great sticks and they're fast. And then there are the players that work really hard to hone in on their skill sets and become excellent players. And Morgan is the latter. Accountability and passion and drive are not something you can teach, and she had all of those things. She just works so hard. There you go.
So I started playing the piano when I was in 1st grade. It takes a lot of dedication, and it's almost like taking another class in school. You have to learn the notes, so it's definitely a lot of work, but I love when I finish a song. It feels amazing, and I know that I have a talent for it, so I can never give it up. I feel like when I always have something to do, it helps me stay motivated, it helps me stay on track and stay organized so that I can do my schoolwork, but also do this other stuff.
She's an inspiration to me, to be honest. Watching her balance all of those things. She manages her time well, so she knows when she's got to invest more time to get across that finish line and succeed. And the thing that most impresses me is that she takes it in stride, understanding the end goal. She takes it in a way that is just her job.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are y'all doing?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Morgan balances her academics and her sports basically better than anyone I could have ever seen. Her work ethic is probably something that I think stands out the most about her. We could be on a family vacation and she has a test a few days after we get back and she's studying on vacation. She's an energetic personality that makes a successful student athlete someone who is extremely well-rounded.
They lose their land. What is the kind of piece of SRFI, the formal name for this?
The AP US History class has kind of a reputation as a really high intensive, high workload class. So just the very fact that Morgan chose this class says something about her willingness to kind of put the time into her studies. I set an expectation. I know she's going to reach it, and just by the very fact of her work ethic kind of becomes infectious for her group. Her writing, her historical thinking, all of those things are pretty fully developed. So academically, she's already there.
Morgan is an exceptional student. She is always on top of her work in the classroom. She's very engaged. What makes her a standout student is the fact that not only is she challenging herself with her course load, but challenging herself with her athletics as well, and to get rising above and beyond the classroom. I'm not surprised at all whatsoever that she won this award. I mean, she probably wouldn't want to admit to it, but as a teacher and as a person who sees her on the outside, she definitely fits all the characteristics of a max prep sports athlete.
So when I found out that I won the award and looked it up, I felt very honored. I got so excited. I was like, oh my goodness, I cannot believe that this is happening to me. I didn't even know that I could be nominated for this, and I was just surprised that out of all people, it was to me.
Have character, have class, be someone that stands for something, work hard. You're not gonna get through life just by doing the bare minimum. Go over and beyond, because people recognize that. And I think Morgan's really taken to that, and I tell you what, there couldn't be somebody that deserves it more than she does. I mean, she works so hard, and I was so proud. I mean, thinking about it, honestly makes you want to cry, to be honest with you. She's so smart. She's so good at everything she does. I'm so proud of her, to be honest.